A memory champion can look at a shuffled deck of 52 cards once and repeat the entire order back perfectly. And here's the part that'll annoy you. They don't have a special brain. Scientists have scanned them. Their memory is completely average. What they have is a method, a technique that's been around for 2,000 years. And once you learn it, memorizing almost anything becomes so easy it feels like cheating. The reason you struggle to remember things isn't you, it's that no one ever taught you how memory actually works. Let's fix that. Here's the first thing to understand. You don't have a bad memory, you have a bad method. Most of us were taught to memorize by repeating things over and over and reading the same notes, saying the same list again and again, hoping it sticks. This is called rote repetition, and it's one of the weakest ways to remember anything. Your brain treats those flat, repeated facts as boring, and boring is forgettable. To remember fast, you have to stop fighting your brain and start using the way it was actually designed to remember. So how was it designed? Think about it. You can barely remember a phone number for 10 seconds, but you can picture your childhood home in perfect detail. Every room, where the furniture was, the route from the front door to your bedroom. That's not a coincidence. For most of human history, survival depended on remembering places, faces, and stories. Where the water was, which berries were poison, what happened to the last person who wandered too far. Your brain is a spatial, visual, storytelling machine. It's terrible at abstract lists, but it's extraordinary at images and places. Every powerful memory technique is built on that one fact, which brings us to the technique memory champions actually use. It's called the memory palace, or in ancient Greek, the method of rote. The idea is simple but genius. Instead of memorizing a list of facts directly, you take a place you already know perfectly, your home, your street, your route to work, and you mentally place the things you want to remember along that route as vivid images. Then to recall them, you just take a mental walk through the place. The Greeks and Romans used this to deliver hour-long speeches without a single note. Modern champions use it to memorize thousands of digits, and you can use it for a grocery list, a presentation, or an exam. It turns information into a journey, and your brain never forgets a journey. Here's how you build one. Step 1. Pick a place you know really well. Your home is perfect. Step 2. Decide on a fixed route through it. Front door, sofa, kitchen counter, sink, bed. Always the same order. These are your stations. Step 3. Take whatever you want to remember. Turn each item into a vivid picture and place one at each station. Say you need milk, eggs, and batteries. Picture a flood of milk pouring under your front door. On your sofa, a giant egg cracking open. On your counter, batteries sparking and jumping. To recall your list, you just walk the route in your mind. Front door, milk, sofa, egg, counter, batteries. It sounds almost too simple, but try it once and you'll be shocked how well it works. But there's a catch, and it's the most important part. The images have to be vivid, even ridiculous. A normal carton of milk by the door, forgettable. A tidal wave of milk bursting through the door and soaking your shoes, unforgettable. Your brain is wired to remember things that are unusual, exaggerated, emotional, or moving. So make your images huge, weird, funny, or even a little disgusting. Add sound, motion, smell. The more senses and the more absurdity you pack in, the deeper it locks in. This is called elaborative encoding, and it's the difference between a fact that slips away and one that sticks for years. Now, getting information in is only half the game. Keeping it is the other half, because there's an enemy, the forgetting curve. Over 100 years ago, a scientist named Ebbinghaus showed that we forget most of what we learn within days, unless we do one thing, and that thing is not rereading. Rereading feels productive, but it's a trap. The most powerful way to lock a memory in is active recall, closing the book and forcing yourself to retrieve it from memory. Every time you struggle to recall something and succeed, you make that memory stronger. And if you space those recall sessions out, 1 day later, then 3, then a week, you beat the forgetting curve almost completely. Palace to get it in fast, recall and spacing to keep it forever. So here's the whole system in action. Say you have a speech to give. Break it into key points. Turn each point into a vivid image. Place them along a route through your house. Walk the route a few times, out loud. Then, over the next few days, close your eyes and walk it from memory. A little today, again tomorrow, again in a few days. By the time you stand up to speak, you won't need notes. The speech lives in your house. That's the same method the ancient orators used, and it still works exactly as well today. No special brain required. So the truth is, you were never bad at memory, you were just using a method your brain was never built for. Give it images, places and stories, the things it was designed to hold, and it becomes almost unfairly good. Pick one thing you need to remember this week, build a tiny memory palace for it, and try it. Then come tell me in the comments what you memorized and how fast it worked.